Oh. Live.
Are we actually?
No, we're not. Hang on.
Okay.
We are in fact live, but it's just a freeze frame of my face because the webcam source isn't properly configured.
Oh no.
See, I'm just glad I get to see this from this end.
Hey, another
so much
webcam
fun.
source. Hey guys, this is fun. Hey.
Hey.
Okay.
A?
A. Definite A. 100%.
Woo.
Okay.
All A's.
All A's.
Easy A. All right, you guys can see yourselves now.
Yeah.
All right, hey everybody. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Welcome back to the Lore Lounge. I have made some drinks you guys might recognize. The Woodland Whistler, which is one of our Lore Lodge signature cocktails using Resurgent Rye whiskey. Resurgent Young American whiskey. It's an old fashioned, but instead of cherries, it's got raspberries and also cherry bitters instead of orange bitters. And yeah, the full website, or the full recipe is on the website. It's been a long day. The full recipe is on the Lore Lodge website. So if you haven't been to lorelodge.com, make sure to go there, become a member. You'll get access to a bunch of really cool stuff. And if you choose to become a paid member, that would be kind of nice. And you get access to even more cool stuff. We've got our first episode of Drunk Folklore coming out on the website as well as on Patreon. So be ready for that to come out. It was a trip to film.
It was a lot of fun.
I got drunk and talked about the Bible. It went great.
What else do you do?
Yeah, it was the Nephilim.
Of course.
We were talking about the Book of Enoch. So, without further ado, we are going to get this party started. I'm going to pause the YouTube screen because otherwise it's just going to get funky. Y'all want to introduce yourself while I go find some bad horror to read for people?
Sure.
All right. Well, I'm Kat. I'm here. It's a Lore Lounge. Happy
And-
Saturday.
Hi, I'm out from behind a screen. I'm Bekah. So the ones that they've been yelling at, that's me.
Bekah is often in our chats, and I apparently do not remember my Reddit username or password.
How exciting.
Bad horror. There we go. That's not the one I want.
Horrific horror.
Let's see.
Horrible horror.
Horrible horror.
I like horrible horror.
Yes. See, this is all like, what's a bad horror movie? Like, it's,
All of them?
I just do not
terrible
exist on
horror
Reddit. So I don't know how
stories.
this works.
No.
Reddit is a cesspool. It's a terrible place.
It's a red flag, I feel like. Not always, but it can be. You know what I mean?
All right, I'm just gonna pull up 2-sentence horror stories from Hindustan Times.
No.
Oh boy.
We're
Oh,
testing out new
boy.
formats for this show to see how it goes. All right. The Hindustan Times. It is 31 degrees Celsius in New Delhi right now, just in case you guys were wondering.
What is that in freedom units?
Yeah, I don't know.
If only you had
Warm.
a device that could look things up.
I feel like 31 Celsius is pretty warm.
It is pretty warm.
So
Because 0 is freezing, right?
it is 87.8
Yeah.
degrees.
Yeah, pretty
Good
warm.
for New Delhi. I'm glad
Oh,
I'm glad they're
okay.
having a nice tropical day.
That is nice. It's so warm here today.
Okay, what do we got here?
Very
All right, ready?
nice day.
Ready?
Huge
Okay.
fan.
Alright.
I recently taught myself Morse code. I wish I didn't, however. Now birds peck at my window telling me it's coming.
Dun, dun.
That's not really 2-sentence horror. That's like
That's a birds
One
aren't real.
sentence
one
and
of
a
them,
run-on
like,
sentence.
run-on? Yeah.
yeah.
But that also just feeds
Okay,
into
but-
the birds aren't real
That's true.
conspiracy, which
That's
is my favorite conspiracy.
true, yes.
When I came home from war, my mother opened the door to me and said, "It's good to see both of you again." Confused, I reminded her that my brother didn't survive, but then I heard his voice saying, "You can see him too."
Okay, I don't like that one.
Oh,
But really,
no.
these people need to understand like what run-on sentences are. You shouldn't have like 3 commas in a sentence. If you do, something has probably gone wrong.
I love putting commas in sentences and just letting them go on forever. The length of the sentence to me, like, I choose that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's my personal choice, and I choose to let it go on for as long as humanly possible.
You are the author, you are in control.
I am the author,
Also-
I am in control,
Come say hi to the people.
and I like to... Archie!
He's such a good boy.
You gotta spread your legs. We've determined this. Like,
Yeah.
he takes this as a signal that he can come on. I don't really
Ah.
understand why, but yeah. So I figured we pop into the show tonight. I want to talk about Atlantis.
You always want to talk about Atlantis.
What about Atlantis do you want to talk about?
Because I keep seeing it's more feeding into my irritation with just the way that like discourse on TikTok works, which I know I shouldn't expect much from TikTok in terms of discourse.
Did you get sucked into another TikTok argument?
Okay, so
Do we
here's
have
the deal.
another TikTok feud?
Do we have
No.
another Momlennial?
No, Momlennial is back though.
Oh,
Is she
no.
back?
Momlennial is
Back
back,
with
and her new target, ready for this? Momlennial's back, and her new target is not ancient Rome. It is not England. It is not even her weird ramblings about Judaism that show that she's clearly never read the holy book that she, pretends to keep sacred. No, she's now after charter schools. Charter
What is
schools.
wrong with charter schools?
Apparently, they are a money laundering scam and the brainchild of Betsy DeVos, which is
Really?
weird because charter schools are paid for by the school district and also not Betsy DeVos's idea.
I was gonna say, I thought they were like
I
pretty
want to
old
know her
institutions.
sources.
She doesn't have any. As always with Momlennial, there is not a single
I want
source.
to pick her brain and find how she came to these conclusions.
She has less thoughts than Archie.
Oh,
That's
that's
saying
saying something, yeah.
And I mean, if we look at this man, he's not reacting to me waving my hand in front of his face.
No thoughts, good boy.
There's no thoughts in here. But no, yeah, Momlennial's back. I guess she somehow got her account unpermabanned. That is extraordinarily disappointing because now we have to deal with her again. And she's not saying like, here's what's frustrating is like charter schools, as much as they shouldn't be a political issue, are kind of a political issue.
Okay.
So I can't like do my normal thing with her because I'll get accused of like being politically partisan. At least when it was Rome, it was just stupid.
Right.
Yeah. Like,
I don't know enough about charter schools to be perfectly honest. Like to contribute or like have an opinion in
Yeah.
any meaningful way.
the
I
only
went to a
thing-
few.
The only thing that I know is my older sibling went to one, and it was great for their education because that was just how they learned. It was half online and half in person.
Okay.
So they learned at their own pace, and it was great for them. So I have nothing against them.
Apparently, our viewers have been looking for the Wendussi using four-wheelers.
No.
Oh boy, that sounds like fun.
Oh, good God. You people are interesting, I will say. But no, I want to talk about Atlantis because there's a video by a YouTube account called Bright Insight that claims that it is in the Eye of the Sahara, the Rashat structure,
Okay.
which is a multi-million-year-old volcanic dome that collapsed. We know that the structure itself is millions upon millions of years old. There is no possibility that humans ever built a city there. It just didn't happen, but because...
Did dinosaurs build a city there?
Oh, of course, you got
Dinosaur
it.
City.
Yes. The
That
lost
works.
city of Dinosaur-antis.
DeSantis?
DeSantis?
No!
The lost city of DeSantis.
No, God!
I was gonna go Roaropolis, but then all the
Roaropolis!
then all the scene kids would descend.
Rar.
Rar.
Oh my God.
But it's
Do you-
dinosaur for I love you.
I am not okay with the extent to which we are yassifying 2008 through 2015 on the internet right now.
Yeah, no,
Aiden,
it just wasn't cool.
I made you a cookie, but I eated it.
Rar XD.
Some of our viewers are probably too young to remember this.
It's true. That is true. And I feel
The other weird
so
thing is that when I was younger, I was unironically definitely into that kind of
Oh
language.
yeah, no, it's okay.
You were still in recovery when I met you,
Oh yeah.
which Bekah has the deep lore on Aiden and I.
Indeed. I think
You have the deepest lore on Aiden.
I do.
Yeah,
But it is the
of
hidden,
anyone that I.
It is the hidden lore,
Yeah, there's hidden
and
lore.
I would like to have his consent before it is revealed.
Ah.
But yes, I have known both the Aidens since high school, and here we are 6 to 8 years later,
Which is terrifying.
nearly a decade.
I met Bekah when I was working on an AP Psych project.
Right.
Yep. She and Aiden were helping me by Aiden was filming, and what we were doing was we were going up to random people at the mall and striking up a conversation with them to see if people had a different reaction to a male versus a female doing
Okay.
it.
Oh, God,
But I don't
yes.
think that we actually ever did it.
We did it with a few people. What we discovered was that people simply react poorly when strangers approach them.
Just in general.
Okay, but it's also different in the Midwest. Because the Midwest, people, like, strangers will
Oh, hi,
talk to
how
you.
are you?
Yeah, they'll talk to you like they're your best friend. And I actually...
Oh, yeah, you betcha.
Okay, the more that this is consumed, the more my Midwest accent will come out.
Good.
Oh, I would love to hear some Midwest accent tonight.
I mean, so what I've noticed is that I just elongate my O's, and I notice it on certain words like day. So unlike day, I say day. And yes, the O's and
Oh.
the oh no.
Oh, just
Oh,
gonna
no.
squeeze past you there.
I do say oh sorry.
You
And-
do not.
I do say oh sorry.
Bekah, how long have you lived in Wisconsin?
2 years.
Oh wow, it did not take long.
Wisconsin corrupts so fast.
Okay, but I also have a chameleon personality where I'm just like, to fit in, I must assimilate.
Valid,
So.
fair.
It's called being very susceptible to peer pressure.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad
And-
you're at least aware of it.
Yeah.
That's what matters.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, we were talking about Atlantis.
Yes, we were talking about
Yes.
Atlantis. There is a volcanic dome called the Rashad structure.
Yes.
It's very old, but because it forms concentric circles, that means it has to be Atlantis.
It has to be sacred.
Can't possibly be because it's a volcanic dome.
No.
Couldn't possibly, because also you got to keep in mind the story we get from Plato about Atlantis is that this is out beyond the Pillars of Heracles, which is the Straits of Gibraltar. That the Eye of the Sahara is not. It's in Africa.
Not.
Gotcha.
It's very
Nowhere near ocean either. Is
no, it's not. And there's some argument that like at one point it was underwater.
I have heard that.
But the thing is, it was underwater so long ago
Yeah.
that it can't. It's
I mean,
interesting.
like everything was technically underwater.
Yeah,
at some
it's
point.
interesting what they select. It's very selective. They'll be like, oh well, Plato said it's concentric circles, so this has to be it. And then you point out, oh well, Plato also said it was 9,000 years before the time of Solon, and that wasn't underwater 9,000 years before the time of Solon.
Right.
That was underwater several million years ago.
So, what are the chances that Plato just made it up?
That's the thing. I think it's pretty low that Plato just totally came up with this on his own.
Okay.
And I was talking the other day with some people about it, and it was basically like, yeah, this is the kind of thing that the level of knowledge about it would probably not be dissimilar from what we know about, the post Bronze Age, Dark Ages.
Okay.
So if you were a Greek person, 2,500 years ago, and someone said Atlantis, probably something you had heard of, but
Gotcha.
not necessarily something that you would have totally understood. A lot of people, because Plato is really the only source for Atlantis, a lot of people look at that and say, oh, Plato made it up. But the thing is, with stuff that goes back that far, we very rarely have multiple extant sources of information on it. What you can infer, based on the fact that Plato writes so extensively about it, and the fact that he kind of explains it, but doesn't, world build at all, is that this was not fiction. This was something that, would have been a well-known thing. Like, if you brought it up, you would be like, oh, yeah, Atlantis.
Yeah.
Not, what's that?
Right.
Gotcha.
So the same way we think about, the Mycenaean Greeks, for example.
Okay.
Now, I don't necessarily have an academic study to back up anything I just said, but,
Great.
that is my impression from the research I've done. I do think that the Atlantis movies from the early 2000s are woefully underrated.
So good.
Amazing.
So good.
Love them.
Just
That-
truly phenomenal.
And Treasure Planet.
Oh.
Treasure Planet is such a gem of a film. And looking back on it, it's kind of out there,
I'm
conceptually.
Very, very much so. But I think, was there a book that came before it?
Yes. Well, I think it's based off of Treasure Island style book. I think they just took it and put it in space.
But it was so good. The whole city in the crescent moon.
Oh yeah, there's so much that was really just such a golden age of animation.
Yes.
The DreamWorks era of the late 90s through the early 2000s.
Yes.
Aiden's got the food.
Hey!
Drop me in the Middle East in the desert with a Hellcat and I'll find Atlantis by dinner. You know what, Captain Alien? I believe you.
With his energy, yeah.
I fully believe you would do that. I think that would
Yeah.
be a success.
I think Alien has the right amount of chaos to make it happen.
Exactly. There is quite a bit of chaos going on in the Lore Lodge fandom, I gotta say.
It's non-stop chaos, actually.
There are a number of Discord servers that are made by members of the Lore Lodge for people who are also in the Lore Lodge but aren't Lore Lodge affiliated, and I'm in a couple of them, and I gotta say they are a time. There's a terrifying aspect going on in there.
Did not realize that those existed.
Yeah.
How fun.
I wouldn't go in them.
Great. I mean, I'm barely in the Discord as it is.
Yeah. There's something. I do want to get to the topic at hand of the actual name of the podcast tonight, Woodland Whistlers, because I do want to talk about where this came from, and might
That's a good one.
might give you a little bit of some disconcerting knowledge here. So the reason we named it that is because one of the most common reported stories when you talk about things like Wendigos is that they will whistle at you from out in the woods. And this is not just common with Wendigos, but also a number of other Native American and European folktales that if you are out in the woods and you hear something whistling, you should not go towards it because a number of different things can happen. Now, with specifically the Wendigo lore, the whistling will be like the first thing that you hear, and then it begins to escalate into, hey, like over here and stuff like that, before eventually you start to get to like people, like loved ones' voices screaming at you.
I don't get how they know your loved ones, though.
Yeah, that's
like,
what
can
gets
they
me.
read minds too?
That seems to be the case.
Or is it like a psychosomatic thing?
Well, so with skinwalkers, skinwalkers are supposed to be able to travel via the astral plane,
Okay.
so they can get into your mind that way.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
don't like that.
So that's one of the things. Early on, we had some people in our Discord server who were talking about astral projection and all that, and they had some stories. I don't know how much I believe, but they had some stories about stuff they encountered during that. And I mean, if you talk to people who've done like certain psychedelics and whatever, like they'll report all the same stuff.
That is interesting, especially when you consider the stoned ape theory.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Do you know what the stoned ape theory is?
Nope.
You want to talk about the stoned ape theory?
Sure. So the stoned ape theory is that over generations of our predecessors, our ape predecessors, jeez, I can't talk. A couple of them had discovered psychedelic plants.
Gotcha.
And so they took the psychedelic plants and then also showed their family members how to use these psychedelic plants. And through that, it helped them open their minds and gain intelligence. And that's why we started telling stories, and that's how we learned to cook. And that's how our brains started to grow, and we were evolved into humans.
Interesting.
Was because they got stoned.
Mm-hmm. It's one of the only theories that really makes sense for how we ended up different from chimps, if that is the case.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, it's not one generation, like they took the mushrooms and suddenly they had all the intelligence in the world. It was over generations and generations.
Yeah.
Just gives you access to other ideas, essentially, is the idea behind it.
And that also kind of explains why humans are kind of inherently spiritual.
Yeah.
In a way.
And we're finding that psilocybin trips can help with depression and anxiety.
And PTSD.
That is really interesting
Yeah.
research that's gone into that.
Yeah, Big Pharma is really against that research.
Oh, yeah, it's like how
yeah.
TurboTax doesn't want to make it easier for you to do your taxes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because having like one dose of psilocybin versus a continual dose of antipsychotics, which one's going to make you more money?
Yeah, it's especially because you can grow psilocybin mushrooms in your home.
Which, recommendation, if y'all haven't seen the documentary Fantastic Fungi on Netflix, it's great.
They're talking about how foxes will scream.
Foxes.
Like, I don't know if you
yeah,
ever heard a
foxes.
fox scream.
They're terrifying.
I have never heard a fox
I
scream,
can-
but I know that they can.
I can up you guys on the terrifying aspect here, because yes, foxes screaming is a horrific sound, and I hate it, and I would rather not hear it ever again. But, more importantly, we had a one-eyed fox that would come hang out while my cousin Sam and I would be on the trampoline when we were kids
Oh, no.
during the day.
That's an omen.
There was a one-eyed rabid fox that was just chilling.
That's an ancestor.
That's rabies.
That's rabies, yeah. There was one time they kept us on there for like an hour, just sitting there being like, we can't get off the trampoline because there's a one-eyed fox.
You know what? Maybe it was a protector. Maybe there was something else out there.
It's possible, I suppose. I feel like Archie could be a forest spirit.
You already.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Yes. Absolutely.
Just a forest spirit.
If he came running up to you in the woods,
Oh.
You would immediately
It's a-
assume
it's
that
a
it was
friendship.
a sign.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, good
Yeah.
thing.
especially because he's so purely white,
Yeah.
coming out of the dark woods, it'd be great.
Very, very symbolic.
He's such a good boy.
He is such a good boy.
He's such a good boy.
Yeah, good boy.
Oh my gosh. Ugh. I know we're, for the most part, saving it for tomorrow. but do you have any like teasers of some theater ghost stories?
I mean, I don't want to give too much away because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't do that much research.
Oh, good God.
I researched enough, but what I will say is that tomorrow I will be talking about the haunted theaters on Broadway. For those who don't know, I work professionally in theater as a technician. I build props and things like that. And then I have 3 of my own experiences that were supernatural in theaters. But also, as a little teaser, is that technically every single theater is haunted. Every single one of them. They are all said to contain the spirit of Thespis, who was the first actor to step out of a Greek chorus and start acting. That is why we are called thespians. And yeah, so every theater is haunted, and we get to talk about spooky stuff tomorrow.
Oh, hell yeah. Did you ever do anything at People's Light and Theater in Malvern?
Other than see a show, no.
So I did summer stage there, and I did some writing workshops and directing workshops and all that. There was one spot under the stands where numerous people who went to summer stage there with me over the years all said they saw a devil in the darkness under these stands. Yeah. And I gotta say, there were a couple of times that I went down there, and I know, like, being, we were kids, like, and everything, and imaginations run wild, but there were a few times that I went down there, and it was, like, it was unsettling to be there, but if you peered around, like, into some of the storage area, like, because obviously you go down, there's a hallway that allows you to go to both sides of the stands without being, visible.
Yeah.
And if you peeked into that area, there was distinctly several times that I saw a face. Just in the darkness. I remember asking the counselors about it, which, looking back, like, as a kid, like, you see something spooky and you go and you talk to an adult, right? Yeah. Which, granted, most of the counselors were, like, 16 to 20.
Great.
And
but
adults,
at the time,
right?
adults. But we would go down, and I'd see this stuff, and I would go and tell a counselor, and I'm just thinking, like, for somebody who's 16 to 20 years old, it must have been the creepiest thing for some 10-year-old to walk up to you and ask you about the devil under the stage.
I saw a face.
Yeah, like, and be like, yeah, I saw a face in the darkness under the bleachers.
I see dead people.
Yeah, no, stop that.
I made dead people.
Yeah, that's true.
That's all I'm gonna say for now.
But no, it was like those were some weird experiences being down in that area.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, theaters tend to be in A, converted spaces, so they weren't intended to be theaters. B, very old buildings, so there's a lot of spirits that have been there before. And C, before electricity, they were rather dangerous places. So there's a lot of things that can happen in theaters.
Do you want to explain for those who know about it? So in theaters, you will leave a ghost light on.
That's part of my segment tomorrow.
Oh, so we got to talk about tomorrow?
Well, okay, so it all kind of comes down to safety. Not gonna lie, it's a little bit boring. But every theater, when the lights are turned off at night, there is one light that is left on that is called the ghost light. It is a single bulb on a pole on wheels that you just roll out to the middle of center stage. And the safety aspect is so no one falls when it's dark in the theater that has no windows. But the folklore aspect of it is that it's so the ghosts of the theater can perform at night and be happy that they can perform and take the stage once more.
I love that.
It's so
It's
cute.
kind of
It's really cute, isn't
cute.
it?
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
a nice wholesome.
it's like a haunting,
story.
but in the wholesome sense.
And that's what that's what I discovered is a lot of these theater ghosts are not necessarily malicious. It's kind of actually wholesome, and you're just like, oh, if we take care of our theater ghost, they take care of us. And actually, a lot of theaters also leave a seat open in the house for every show, so that the resident ghost has a place to sit and watch the show.
Which will confuse a lot of people who wonder why there's an open seat.
I mean, oftentimes there actually is a section of the theater that they don't sell because the sight lines are so bad that no one really wants to pay for it, so those are left open. But yeah, if you ever see an empty theater in a very crowded house, it's for the ghost.
Very true. just to give people a forewarning here, coming from a folklorist perspective, do not try to appease ghosts.
Unless they're theater ghosts.
Theater ghosts seem to be in a league of their own, but a lot of people will report, when they have an encounter with something that thinks a demon or something, they'll try and appease it. That does not work.
Does it make it worse?
Yes, not because it pisses it off, but it's the kind of thing where if you believe, paint you a word picture here. Somebody used a Ouija board in your house 30 years ago, and invited something in, and it's been dormant, and then it starts to perk up, and now you've got a demonic infestation on your hands.
Mm-hmm.
People will be like, oh, as long as I ignore it and I give it what it wants, it'll leave me alone.
No.
That is not the way it works.
Does that make it stronger?
It's not that it makes it stronger, it's that it makes it bolder.
So it's willing to try more things.
It's
Yes.
like, you give a mouse a cookie.
Give it an
yeah.
inch, it takes a mile.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing. And what people will do, they'll make the mistake of thinking, maybe the presence is friendly.
Rarely are they.
Because, for example, with the Bell Witch situation, which I believe was demonic, not witchcraft.
Mm-hmm.
People are so quick to jump to witchcraft, and it's like, no, there's a difference between witchcraft and demons. But if you go and you look at the Bell Witch case, early on, they were talking to it and having discussions with it and talking about theology, even to the point where they were like, oh, well, if it can talk about theology, like Christianity, then it must not be a demon. And over time, what ended up happening was it just got more and more emboldened and eventually supposedly killed a member of the Bell family, John Bell. So people thought, because the demon is talkative and not, aggressively malicious right now, maybe we can be nice to it. And no.
Work out some compromise, be good neighbors across
that's
that
not how it
plane.
works. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an entity that its sole purpose, it literally enjoys tormenting you.
But that's a demon, and demons are different than ghosts.
Exactly.
Yes. What is your opinion on ghosts?
So,
I'm curious.
of most things, I am a skeptic.
Mm-hmm.
As I've said, I've had my own supernatural experiences with theater ghosts, but they're not substantial enough to make me believe entirely.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to believe that there is a way for residual energy to stick around, especially when something terrible happens, as a way to get retribution for whatever happened to that poor soul. But have I found a convincing enough story? And for me, a lot of the ghost hunting science doesn't make any sense.
No, it's all pretty sketchy.
Yeah, so I'm still a skeptic. I would like to believe, but I just like hearing the stories.
Yeah, it's I'm in a weird spot with ghosts because as a Christian, I can't believe in ghosts.
Right.
Because
Really?
Yes.
But the Holy Ghost.
Holy Ghost is a different thing. Holy Ghost is an aspect of God. But with ghosts in Christianity, the concept is that your form is two parts. You have your physical body and your soul, which inhabits your physical body. When you die, your soul leaves your physical body, is in limbo for a time, and then you're given a new physical body in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Or not heaven.
But could it not be that time in limbo could just be the time of being a ghost?
Well, that's the thing, is that it's suggested that we leave Earth when we die.
So could that mean Earth as in where we exist, or the earthly plane that mortals exist in?
It seems to be very literal.
Okay.
That it's the Earth, that you are no longer capable of interacting. Now, I'm of the opinion that your soul does not necessarily have to leave Earth in its whole form.
Okay, so there can be bits,
So-
and like that one emotion that is left.
Exactly. It could be a like leaving it, like getting your shirt snagged on something and leaving a piece of fabric behind. So you're not going to have the entirety of a person left behind. You're going to have some aspect of their personality, usually not a good one. It seems to be things like anger and hatred and disappointment that get left behind rather than good emotions like joy.
But that is also why I love theater ghosts, because most of the time in the stories that have been told, sure, there could be a tragic death, but there have been multiple theater ghosts that are simply, I loved this theater so much that I don't want to leave ever. And they haven't. and they've stuck around and kind of just enjoy them being there.
I will say the idea that like the space where humans go when they die is within the same like geographical physical location as the one they inhabited when they lived is an interesting prospect.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Like
it does match up well with other ghost stories of ghosts repeating actions that they did in life.
It also kind of lines up with some spiritualities that praise their ancestors. It could make sense that, like, I feel my ancestors' energy around me, so they must still be here. And I must,
There is apocryphal Jewish work, the Book of Enoch, that says that spirits that are made in the earth, and this is cosmological, not inside of the planet, cosmologically, like in the earth, the sphere of the earth, dimensionally, that those spirits that are made in the earth, when the person dies, the spirits remain in the earth. And those things that are made in heaven, when they die, they remain in heaven. So angels, if an angel dies, their being, their spirit, their soul, if they were to have one, would remain in heaven. Again, this is apocryphal. This is not Christian canon in any way, but this is what the Book of Enoch states, is that if an angel dies, they're in heaven.
So, side question.
Sure.
How does an angel die?
That's a great question. We don't really know.
All right, a side question to the question, does an angel have a soul?
That's a great question.
Because, okay, I was taught that the difference between humans and angels is that angels were not given free will. So does that mean that they were given a soul?
So here's the thing. The angels do not have free will thing is entirely unbiblical.
Really?
Yes. In Genesis...
Well, Lucifer had free will, right? Because he made the decision to...
Exactly. So that's part of it. First of all, angels must have free will because in Revelation we hear that there will be a time when Lucifer and his angels rebel against God. And in Genesis 6, it says that the sons of God, which in the Old Testament is exclusively used to refer to angels, almost exclusively used to refer to angels, the sons of God decide that women are kind of hot and sexy and that they want some of that. So they come down and they have children with them, which gives us two very important points here. Angels have a corporeal form, and angels have free will, which means that the difference between humans and angels is much more complicated than Sunday school would have you believe. Sunday school kind of tells you that angels are perfect servants of God that have no free will, and they serve God because they were created to do so. That does not seem to be the case if you actually read the book. But so much of Christianity as it's preached and practiced is to make it easier to understand for the common person. This is, in my opinion, why religion has become so confusing since the Enlightenment, is because for 1,500 years they were designing religion to be understandable and digestible to uneducated people. As education became more and more common, they did not retract the dumbing down. They continued dumbing it down.
They doubled down on it. They doubled down on the dumbed down story.
Yeah, and what you end up with
people were like smart enough to like ask about like, hey, what about this giant gaping plot hole? And they're like, well, stop asking questions.
Yeah, and
pretty much.
Yeah,
and that's the thing about the plot holes. Most of the plot holes in religion, especially the Judeo-Christian, sphere. Obviously, Jews and Christians have disagreements, but the plot holes are generally not in the Bible. The plot holes are in the dogma. And that personally to me, as somebody who like studies this, it's very interesting because if you go and you look at like a lot of criticisms of Christianity and Judaism, what you find is that they're rooted in misunderstandings, but those misunderstandings are preached. So, for example, one argument I got into a lot over the past week was original sin. Because a lot of evangelicals will preach that humans are evil. That that original sin means we are evil and we have to strive to not be evil. That you have to try, and in reality, that's not what original sin is. Original sin was the disobedience of God. It was going against, because humanity at our beginning in the Judeo-Christian sense only had one rule.
Yeah,
exactly one rule.
Don't eat that fruit.
Don't eat that fruit.
Don't eat that one specific fruit.
Just don't. And guess then, what did they do?
They ate the fruit.
And you know what? I'm gonna say that's on God for giving us free will.
Also, it's almost like telling a kid, don't eat this marshmallow, and then
Mhm.
walking away.
Telling someone that they shouldn't do something just makes that option like 1,000 times more attractive. Want what you can't have syndrome.
Unfortunately, maybe it all started with that. Anyway, this is also apparently turned into the Weird Bible podcast.
Yeah, I know. What I was trying to talk about was this is actually one of the things we talked about on the Weird Bible podcast on Thursday, that was a great show. I very much enjoyed that show. But what I was trying to say is the idea that spirits that are made in the earth will stay in the earth,
Mm-hmm.
and considering that in Judeo-Christian belief there will be a day of judgment, and this is actually common between the two. A lot of people don't realize that the Jewish version of the afterlife and the Christian version of the afterlife, it's more about how they were explained than the actual structural differences.
Okay.
In Christianity, there's kind of this idea that when you die, or at least in the understanding of Christianity, the popular understanding, there's an idea that when you die, you immediately are judged. You go to heaven or you go to hell.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really what it says. There is a period between when you die and Judgment Day. Now, the question is, what happens in the in-between? Are you simply asleep? Are you in limbo? Are you in purgatory?
Are you a ghost?
Are you
Are
a
you
ghost?
A ghost
And
with the most?
what the Jews believe is that when you die, the most you can do until Judgment Day is be in kind of a state of bliss, like of peace. Or you could end up in a position where you are physically having sin burned away from you. But hell is the idea of that burning is not about torture, it's about purification, and then eventually after you're pure, you'll go to that state where you're in a state of grace, and then after judgment, the Jews have less of an explicit concept of what life after Judgment Day is.
Mm-hmm.
Christians have a very explicit concept. And we were talking about this on Thursday, the idea that the comforting aspect to me is I like the view that heaven is you're back in Eden, which is not from the Bible, it's from Dante.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Heaven is not the descriptions of heaven in the Bible are basically I can't describe it.
Well, it'd be
Every
hard
time
for
it's
someone
described,
to
I
to be
literally
fair.
can't describe
Which
it.
makes sense for a prophet who may or may not have seen heaven. Like, the whole point of it is you can't describe it until you get there. Other than from how it was taught to me is that similar, we are back in Eden and you walk with God every day. And that was actually the true bliss of Eden, was not the perfection of the creation. It was you walked with God every day, side by side. And that's what heaven is to my parents, at least.
I think Eden is near Cyprus.
Why do you say that?
Because in Genesis it says that a river flowed out of Eden, and there were 4 rivers that connected to it, that branched off of it. 2 of them are the Tigris and the Euphrates. 2 of them have names that don't correlate to any river we know of now.
And that would correlate with the first civilizations that we know about.
And it was pre-flood,
Yes.
which means that the geography would have changed.
Yes.
And of course, as we know, there was in fact a massive glacial melt that caused 500, 600 feet of sea level rise. The absolute insanity of that is that for 100 years straight, if you were to average it out, and probably was not averaged, it probably was on a curve, but on average, sea levels were rising 1.5 inches a week.
A week?
A week for 100 years.
That's insane.
That is crazy.
And that's why I'm so hardcore on board the Atlantis could have been real train, because how else do you explain...
What if Atlantis was a city during the flood?
That's what I think. I think Atlantis wasn't a city. Atlantis was a civilization. Atlantis was a culture.
Or like a high ground during the flood.
Well, I don't even necessarily think it's that. Because I think that that's the important aspect is that Atlantis sinks beneath the waves.
Oh.
What I think happened is this was a coastal culture.
As most cultures were at the time.
Exactly. I think it was a coastal culture that when the sea level started to rise, because of, again, we don't really know what caused the rise, but I think it was a coastal culture that was simply sunk.
Interesting.
Because that goes into the Göbekli Tepe situation.
Okay. That situation I don't quite understand.
Göbekli Tepe?
So for those who don't know, for those who haven't heard me talk about it, Göbekli Tepe
Göbekli Tepe. I'm sorry. I'll be done.
Göbekli Tepe is a Turkish phrase meaning pot-bellied hill.
Pot-bellied hill?
Yes, because the location where it was eventually dug on was literally a perfectly round man-made hill.
Interesting.
In southern Turkey. Göbekli Tepe is older than all of the agriculture around it.
Okay.
It is older than every structure around it.
Okay.
It is the earliest perfectly north-south aligned structure in the world. About 11,500 years old.
Is it
That's
possible that they
interesting.
just got it right?
Here's the problem. At no point in history, anywhere in the world, do we have megalithic structures that precede agriculture.
Other than this.
Other than this. And this was only discovered in the last 40 years.
That's wild because, I mean, from my knowledge, you need agriculture in order to form civilization. You need a surplus of food.
Mm-hmm.
So how did they do it?
They had agriculture. We just don't have evidence of it because it's
That could be
beneath the
true.
waves
That
in
could be
the-
true.
in the flooding event.
What I think happened is that this was where a group of survivors of the flood went.
Noah's family.
Possibly Noah's family. Noah's family, of course, there's a few tacks you can take with that. That Noah's family were, in fact, the only survivors.
Mm-hmm.
Or that Noah's family are a representation, a symbolic story.
Symbolic representation.
Which, of course, we will never know the answer. Christians and Jews take tacks on both sides of it.
Okay, question as well.
Sure.
Didn't we find Noah's Ark?
Did
Did we find Noah's Ark?
Okay, so it's possible.
Okay.
Was this like a History Channel special?
No, this is an
No.
actual...
It was an actual thing. They found a rather large site that
It was an imprint in the ground
that
matched the proportions.
but it was in the mountains.
Ah.
It was a very interesting thing to think that, like, especially because I learned about that around the same time that I learned that the flood was real, and I was
Yeah.
starting to connect the dots of, okay, these things that I was taught in Sunday school could possibly be true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Here, so I'll pull it up. You guys won't be able to see it, but I'll be able to show them. So
Also, your chat is down bad for a succubus. Oh my
yeah,
god.
I know.
What is going on with the succubus?
There's no.
It's
We
just
didn't do the whole
festive.
chain of
Succubus,
succubuses.
Yeah, so one of the suggested
This
locations
is horrible. Oh my
We've been
god.
looking for Atlantis.
So one of the suggested locations for Noah's Ark's landing point is Mount Tendurek, which is in eastern Turkey near the border with Armenia. And that would match. It is in the mountains of Ararat. It is in the correct mountain range. So Göbekli Tepe, Göbekli Tepe,
Göbekli Tepe?
oh god, is also at the foothills of the mountains of Ararat. The Bible says that after the flood, Noah and his family went down from the mountains of Ararat south,
And saw a rainbow.
and there was a rainbow,
There was a rainbow.
There's always a rainbow.
and that would correlate with the location of where Göbekli Tepe is.
Girl-likey snacky.
Yes, sure, that. I don't even know what you're saying anymore. But yeah,
It is
so-
literally also
well,
the
I
same.
want to talk
It's
about
not
this, and
exactly the same to
History
me.
Daddy is in the chat. Actually had said something about this, but
Oh gosh.
yeah. So one of the other very interesting things about Göbekli Tepe is that it is the north-south alignment.
Mm-hmm.
It's the site keeps getting built onto for about 1,000 years
Mm-hmm.
before they deliberately cover it,
Which is interesting. Like, why did they cover it?
And they deliberately cover it at the exact same time that agriculture is sprouting up in the Nile River Delta and the Fertile Crescent.
No. What?
Interesting.
Why?
Interesting.
Well,
Why?
my other
No.
question-
And I am not pretending to have any
Why?
answers here. I just think these are all very
So-
interesting questions.
Yeah.
My other question is, how did they orientate it so that it was north-south?
Well, they have
Like,
to know. Well, they
astronomically
know
north-south.
east-west.
Not magnetic, astronomical.
Interesting.
Well,
So-
we have.
So they
we
looked
have
at the
no.
stars.
We have east-west.
No, they just used the North Star.
Yeah.
Oh, the North Star.
Yeah. So they oriented it to the North Star. But interestingly, over the course of the 1,000 years that this site is occupied and being built onto, that north-south alignment, as they built successive rings outward from the initial structure, it changes to match the rotation
Is that-
in the axis of the Earth.
So we
Probably yes.
That
There's
is
a wub
definitely-
wub outside, and we're assuming it's Thornberry.
It's definitely him. So we've been looking at stars ever since we began.
Yeah. So
We're all astronomers, guys.
other
I
interesting
do love
things
that,
about Göbekli Tepe, there are depictions of animals that are not native to that region.
Are they in twos?
Oh.
No.
They're not in pairs?
But
You would need more than 2 animals if you're going to continue the species.
Yes, that's
In
actually
the
been
Zora-
an interesting study. Is like, if there are only 2 people left, could they repopulate? And they're like,
No.
no.
Or no.
in the Zoroastrian version of things, their apocalypse, their flood story, they go underground, and they also
like
take
the ant people.
they take copies of every seed, and they take collections of animals, and you get not quite the same story, but a very similar one.
Interesting.
About the most important part is to escape a global cataclysm. They took samples of all of the animals and went and took
Samples
them
of the animals?
Yes.
No, they took the animals.
Well, yeah, but a sample of the population.
A sample of the population
There we
of
go.
animals.
There we go.
I hate you both.
But this is what interests me about
Allow me to take a sample of this animal.
what kind of sample are we talking?
So here we go. So yes, they did. What was found was on Mount Tengguruk, they found a large, strangely shaped imprint that does look kind of like the imprint of a boat.
Interesting.
If you want to pop up and take a look.
I'm not gonna tell you what that looks like an imprint of.
Okay, I'm glad you're thinking that too. I'm glad that the 2 of us got it before he did.
Sorry. I'm sorry to
Not
disappoint.
sorry. Not sorry at all. You started the OC train.
You are sinners, both of you.
I know.
Pussy.
Or cussy. That's horrible. That's terrible.
Oh
The worst thing I've ever heard.
That's a lot of sin to get burned off me.
What are they saying?
Okay
in
with it.
I'll be feeling that later.
History Daddy, founder of the Succubussy cult, our blessed leader in Succubussy. Ryan?
Okay, but you have the cult of Wendussy,
I know.
and he is the cult of Succubussy. It's great.
Wow, I am just going back and reading through this, and I am disgusted. You are all blocked. All of you are blocked. None of you are free from sin.
You started this.
I know, I did.
We didn't start anything that's
No.
going on in the chat though. We were innocently going off on our own tangent. I look over and I see just like a wall of the text. Terrifying, terrible.
Benjamin Smith, I think was trying to type succubussy, but we just got ooh-bussy.
He successfully summoned one. That's all he was able to get out.
God. Archie, hi buddy.
Oh.
Have you decided to make an appearance? The animal has come.
I think you are being asked
I am. Aiden's,
to let somebody in.
he would like us to let him in. Thornbussy will soon be here.
Indeed.
Thornbussy is about to arrive.
It'll be a full house.
Yeah.
Full house.
He won't have a chair.
No, but he is bringing us food, which means it's time to end the show anyway.
Indeed. Sadly.
So, this was a rambling episode of this show.
This
Jesus
is-
But
Christ.
we hit on a lot of topics.
We did go in a circle though. We started with Atlantis. We got back to
We did
Atlantis.
That's true. We
finish
did
with
talk about
Atlantis,
Atlantis.
yeah.
And we also did a bit of Weird Bible podcast.
Yeah. That's
Sorry, Winnigoon.
It's okay. I would do Weird Bible podcast every week if I could. It's just such a dense one.
It really is. Like, theology is very interesting, and especially as someone who is not necessarily religious, I definitely find it interesting and love to learn about it. But it is dense. You have to dig deep. You have to go back to original sources. There's just a lot to tackle.
You need to know languages, or at least be able to find good translations.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot to it.
Benjamin Smith said he's had a couple too many joints, so he is lit like a Christmas tree.
I'm
Aiden
jealous.
says, "Don't you dare end before I get up there."
Oh,
I'm impressed
all right.
that he's watching the show.
And
I love
driving.
that.
Don't watch and drive, Aiden.
Are you okay? Also, how long is it taking you to get up here? Did you take a wrong turn? Kat took a wrong turn.
Oh no!
How Kat took a wrong turn when you get out of the elevator and there are 2 directions to go.
And how many times have you been here?
Okay, no. Okay, so you have to understand about Aidan's apartment's elevator is you get on, you enter the door, and then there's another door.
Hey, it's the Thorn Bussy.
I bring gifts to all.
Yay.
He has arrived.
And to all a good night.
Are we ending on that?
No.
No, I guess.
So,
Aidan, your
yeah,
drink's
do you
right
want-
there, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a little bit watered down, but it's also like
That's
straight
fine.
bourbon, so.
I had 1 beer 3 hours ago. I'm ready to go. No, I
Let's-
need food.
Hi, baby, I know I missed you. I mean, I assume that the appropriate thing to do now is to go to question time.
Oh, we should go to question
Valid.
time.
I
Yeah.
forgot about question time. There was a super chat earlier.
There was a super chat earlier.
No, you
Let's
sit.
go back
You
to it.
stay comfortable. I'm getting a stool.
It was from
There's a
History
stool
Daddy.
right there.
Ryan.
And-
Ryan, our man History Daddy, says OMFG stoned app theory is my jam. Animal Planet Mermaids theory was a vibe too, though. Even though I know that was fake, anyways. Don't know for Archie Cam.
Ooh.
That comment was all over the place.
That indeed was.
I assume you
Sure.
stoned
Also,
ape, not stoned
sorry,
app.
There was a stool
There
right
was
there.
a stool right there.
I'm gonna ignore the fact that I ignored that.
Alright, let's get you.
And then
Oh,
back here.
Oh, hi.
Best sit
It's
on
a full
Max's
house.
lap. Thornbury, throw it back.
I'm
That's,
quite
that's my
uncomfortable.
attempt. I know.
Is this
I know,
is
you're
it
so
now?
excited.
Is this now a comedy program? Is that what we're doing?
Was this ever
Was it never
not
not?
a comedy program?
This is the most
That's true.
discombobulated comedy program ever.
discombobulated?
Also, can I
The
just
magic
say,
in our hearts.
I can be a very
Magic in
funny.
our hearts!
I can be a very funny
Shush.
person, but I
Shush.
fail to be a funny person when I'm supposed to be a funny person. I
That's
can only be.
understandable.
I am only funny at the most inappropriate of
I
times.
do like the fact that you said "fummy perpin."
Yeah. I'm gonna give the funniest goddamn eulogy. I'm gonna give the funniest eulogies and nobody's gonna laugh because
No,
they're eulogies.
please.
I will laugh.
Roast me at my eulogy.
Why do you guys assume I will be alive to give your eulogies?
Why do you think I will
You
be
why?
alive
No,
in 5
you see, the
years?
thing is you keep thinking that you're gonna be gone by like 50.
Dude,
I
I'm
think you're
25. I'm middle aged.
You're gonna outlive us all. And it's gonna be
You are
funny.
going to be the old ass professor who just rambles on for like 2 hours and is like, oh right, this was the topic I was supposed to talk about. Anyway, no homework today.
No.
That's very
He's
you.
gonna be the. Hi, I know you're so excited. No, he's gonna be the professor that somebody's like. You know the one teacher that you would have where it's like you ask one question that's off topic and the entire class you don't learn shit.
Yeah. I mean, we basically had another episode of the Weird Bible podcast today.
We got
Oh.
we
talked
got
about
back to where
Atlantis
we
and the
started.
Bible.
We got
and
there.
angels
We got
and
there.
Eden and Noah's
Demons,
Ark
there
and
were
the
ghosts in
flood.
there.
I gave a little preview for tomorrow.
Oh,
Those
cool.
are good.
Hi, I know you're so excited. You're so cute.
Zero thoughts in his
Oh,
head.
apparently
So much love.
you are invited to the cult of Succubussy.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Don't do that voice
Archie,
again.
should I join it?
You know who I
Oh,
miss?
pause there, you're so cute.
Oops.
The character of Richard from Hot Rod. I want an entire show about him.
I don't think I ever watched that full movie.
Okay, so while we eat dinner, we're gonna watch Hot Rod
Oh,
Sounds
no.
good.
because it is the
Well,
greatest.
We're
try
not
to
gonna
get
watch
me to watch that.
Atlantis?
We should watch Atlantis.
Oh, I'm in for that.
We're watching Atlantis.
I hate you specifically because History Daddy just said Thornbury defect to the Succubussy cause. Our HQ is at Göbekli. Göbekli.
You sound a little verklempt. Do you get that?
Göbekli.
No,
Gabagool.
Göbekli. Oh, I still don't know what the fuck Göbekli Tepe is. I've heard you
Goji
say it a
berry.
million
Okay,
times.
so Göbekli
Kleptomania.
Tepe means pot-bellied hill. It is a Neolithic megalithic structure that predates the agriculture around it by about 1,500 years. It is the earliest perfectly north-south aligned building structure in the
Oh,
world.
Is this me?
Yes,
And
Thank you.
as they built it out over 1,000 years, the north-south alignment continues to match the rotation of the Earth's axis, which means they had very, very, very advanced astronomy practices.
Go
I have a
Snecky Blecky.
See,
I have a
I understood all of that and I heard it, but it made me think of the Carl Sagan video where he's explaining, I think it's like Aristophanes or whatever the fuck his name is, and him being in Syene.
Aristophanes.
With like the way he says Syene is really like so sad.
what I was
Have you edited the story
Which one?
that I told while we were filming
No, it is just
About-
raw, unedited.
about how I got in a fight with
Yes.
the guy over a Carl
Yep.
Sagan quote
Yep.
in high school?
Which is the most Aidan Mattis fucking shit on the planet. Sorry, I don't know if we're allowed to curse on this one. It's our show. What am I talking about? Yeah, it's the Saturday show. There are no rules here.
You're not a Saturday show regular.
No, you're trespassing.
You're a guest on your own show right now.
I know.
That's weird.
I love it. Means the rules don't apply to me even more.
Oh no.
Oh yes. I don't know.
I'm gonna start taking taxes out of your paychecks.
What kind of
You
taxes?
should already.
I was gonna say, what?
No,
You
he's a
probably shouldn't
1099.
admit
He
to
pays his own
anything.
taxes.
That sucks.
I'm gonna start withholding.
Why?
Just for that.
No.
Just out of spite.
No.
I'm
Because then
going.
you have to give it to me
I am.
eventually.
I am now a full proponent of the IRS. I think we should have more IRS agents. We should audit everybody every year.
Who are you and what have you
No.
done with Mattis?
Yeah. You feeling okay? Do we need to
Do I
take
need
you
to
to a
take this
hospital?
way?
Do we need to call a fucking wee woo wagon? The boo boo mobile. That's it. That's the one I thought
The
of the other day.
boo-boo-mobile?
The boo boo mobile.
The very expensive one.
It's a Krankenwagen.
Krankenwagen.
Still my favorite German word.
It's the best German word there is. Krankenwagen.
The word for butterfly is Schmetterling.
Dude, what kind of language is like? Imagine looking at somebody dead and just being like, "Ich liebe dich." Like,
Yeah, that's so different from I love you.
That's a hell of a lot better than "Ich liebe dich."
Sounds like,
Yeah, it sounds like you're ready to like
Yep.
sneeze.
no.
There
I
are no
think-
taxes
I think
in the cult of
all
succubacy.
languages have
What?
good things.
Thornbury best sit on
The
Maxwell.
succubacy believes taxation is
Can you do
theft.
me a
That's
favor?
why we
Can
sunk
you do
Atlantis.
that?
Well, I will
Oh,
say,
sure. Comments?
I agree.
Yeah.
Taxation is in
I'll
fact
just do it.
theft.
Yes.
Thank you. What?
Taxation is theft.
We need taxes for certain things.
Agreed.
Like what? Roads?
Where we're going,
I was
we
gonna
don't
say,
need
like, in-
roads.
That is the
Right.
libertarian motto. Also, if you guys want any of the absolute shit posts that we have,
Band-Aid bus. Love it.
if you go to unqualifiedapparel.com, you can get some of the most shitpost worthy apparel that
Yeah.
you'll ever find.
We need a magic in our hearts.
I was
shirt.
gonna say,
Yeah.
I was just about to say magic in our hearts.
There's my favorite to this day is still PrayPal. Absolve your sins with
I
PrayPal.
just,
Oh
I'm
my
having
God,
flashbacks to
no,
the
it's
Magic in Our Hearts
tithing.
moment, and it's just,
Oh
it's a
no!
lot.
We've got what else is on there that's really good? We've got the single taken homosexual. I consulted with several of my actual homosexual friends to make sure that was okay. They
Gotta
gave
kiss
me the
the whole
pass.
Good,
Tonight.
good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for those of you who didn't, we said it, but for those of you who don't know what Ich liebe dich is, it's I love you in German.
Yeah.
The least romantic way to say it.
Maybe they don't say it outright like that. Maybe they say other things. We don't
Oh
know.
no, Germans don't have emotions.
That's not true.
No.
I actually don't know. I don't know enough
I've never
Germans
met
in
a
real
German.
life.
I have met a German.
Yes, you have.
We have German friends.
Yeah.
The Hoppas.
I had
Yeah.
a German swim coach. She was really strict.
We had a Welsh rugby coach who told us to gangbang people.
What does that mean?
You're all really bad at tackling. What you need to do is you need to gangbang them.
That sounds really bad.
Yep. Which, of course,
What
the
was
rest
he
of us,
saying?
the rest of us who are in 7th and 8th grade are like, yo, what'd he say? And one of the 10th graders is like, he said we need to gangbang people. And we were like, yeah.
What's that?
Sorry, hang on. Me and all the other middle schoolers on the team are like, okay, Coach Lee, you got it. That's how
That just means we need to hit him like harder, right? Or like as a team.
Yeah, exactly. I will say,
together now.
even into college,
All together now.
even into college at 180 pounds, my strategy for tackling people was still just hang on to slow them down until
You were
somebody bigger-
180 going into college?
No, I was 180 as a senior.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
That
there's
makes
no
sense,
way
yeah.
you could weigh that much going into college.
No, because he lost 30 pounds freshman year.
Yeah. You
Very
did?
Yeah,
He told you this like 2 weeks ago.
I went from
How do you know that?
Because I watched the stream.
Oh, wow.
I went from
I know.
I graduated high school at 175 pounds. By the end of freshman year, I was 145.
don't
I just
remember
love
you
that
being
Becca's
that
here
thick.
taking notes, like fact
Yeah,
checking.
I have-
You
I'm
said it
having
on
some
this
food.
day. Like I have.
I have the weirdest memory that like
She's got the receipts.
I'm from Maine. I don't even know what a road is. As Pennsylvanians, we know what roads are. We just don't know how to repair them.
ever.
Mm-mm.
Do you remember that one pothell?
I don't know what this
Pot
is.
hell?
I mean, it was.
That looks
Oh,
like
the
Sesame
Sesame
Chicken.
That was
Chicken.
outside of the Devon Horse show. It was like,
Oh, the place I just was?
during sophomore
That's
year, I think.
vegetable.
But it was like big enough to swallow a
And
car.
messy vegetable. I'm getting paper towels.
Why are we eating now? I thought we were.
I have no idea.
We'll
I
probably
feel
end the
like
show
this is
before we
premium
eat.
Just because
content, you know
you're
what I mean?
hungry doesn't mean we all have to eat, Aiden.
We're
Yeah.
eating.
We're eating, Aiden.
Well, it'd be pretty tasty. I know that for sure.
Yeah, the
It tastes
marbling
like
I hear is great.
You seen this juicy ass? I guarantee you.
That's some
You know,
ham right
fucking
there.
Barbecue and a dry rub. What?
Some good bacon.
Exactly. Humans taste like pork.
Good to know.
Long
I'm
steak.
sorry. How do you know that?
It's her.
You been eating people? What's for dinner? We got Chinese food from a local Chinese restaurant that has been in business as long as I can remember.
Oh, okay, so fun fact. Cannibalism is not illegal.
In Canada.
What?
No, in the United States.
No.
Cannibalism is not illegal.
So long as
Acquiring the body is.
consensual.
Decimation of a corpse is.
Is that not considered decimation of a corpse?
Well, if you're eating a human,
I guess it's
how
more
did you get the
ingestion of
meat?
a corpse.
Like possession of a corpse can be a
What about possession of human meat? I feel like that's gotta be not
No,
okay.
it's not the possession that is illegal. It's how you got it. That's illegal.
So if someone,
Acquisition.
if I find someone who's willing to sell me human meat and I buy it from them, fully knowing that's human meat, you're telling me that that's not illegal?
That's not illegal. Don't quote me on this. I'm not a lawyer.
That definitely doesn't sound legal.
But the person selling it to you is
there a dumpling
responsible.
squash?
I think
Yes.
it would fall under the clause of like
Oh,
I
you
got
should
dumplings
have
as well.
known
I'm
that
very
that's
excited.
wrong and reported it to the police immediately, and now you're an accomplice in whatever they did. I can't imagine that's not.
Oh,
There's loopholes.
Yo, you know it'd be a
White
fun.
rice.
You know it's a fun game
Oh.
that we can do with the chat right now.
what?
What?
Smash or pass.
Oh boy, let's
Smash
go.
or pass.
What was the game? Smash or pass?
All right, chat, hit us. Horror movie smash or pass.
Oh my god, let's do it. Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
Me and
Who
the
got the
boys.
noodles?
Me and the
I got
boys
the noodles.
leaving
Oh
a
my
very
God.
aggressive
Give me the
digital
I was very
footprint.
close to getting
Give me the nudes.
the nudes.
And these are mine.
Nudes are
Did
the
y'all
best
ever
junk
see
food.
the Twitter discourse that human meat, when acquired with the consent of the person, is vegan? I suppose that's true.
There's no way,
What?
no.
Well,
Who needs fork food?
okay.
No.
It depends on your definition of veganism, because to my knowledge, veganism is just you do not consume the products of animals. We as humans are animals. But if it is a vegan who is simply against the cruelty towards animals and is a consenting party, maybe. I will leave it.
I
at
dated a
maybe.
vegan, and she was fine, but her vegan friends were really awful. All right, we have our first submission.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Freddy Krueger.
Pass.
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 I'm a little bit
Like,
concerned
come
about
Although
who
if you
would
like
say
being
smash.
scratched, I guess.
Well, no, that hand going.
Stop.
Yep.
That's a bit more than scratched.
Yep.
That's just straight up knife play.
Fair enough.
Some people are into it.
It's
Some-
true.
Vegans eat the food.
Different
My
food,
food
different
eats.
food.
Wait, literally.
Food my food eats. Michael Myers.
Oh, smash.
That was way too enthusiastic, I'm going to be honest with you.
With the mask or without the mask?
A little bit concerned.
Dude.
I'm also concerned about that one.
I mean, I don't know. She might be into the anonymity of the mask, you know?
Oh no.
Yeah, I want to
Oh,
look
no.
at. I want to
Oh,
look at.
no.
I want to look at like a pale albino.
Who says
fucking
I'm looking?
Valid.
How
I don't
are
know,
you-
you might like mirrors in the room.
Huh?
What?
I don't know. I just went for a reason, or went for a way in which I wasn't wrong.
Listen, I don't know, guys. I am a virgin.
Same.
We all know that's a lie.
Rude. Rude. I hope my parents aren't watching this stream.
I was
That would be
gonna
annoying.
say, like, all of our parents watch this.
All of our
Mine
parents, yeah, your parents watch this one, but
Not for you, Archie.
Archie. Okay, fine.
the Doctor from the Void. I actually don't know what
I
that
don't
is.
know. You're gonna have to look that up.
But if it's in the void,
I'm very
there.
concerned about the number of people who are totally on board with smashing Freddy Krueger.
That
You know what?
is
Different strokes for different
concerning.
folks.
Also, can I ask
also-
you a question?
Yes.
How do you slice chicken this thin?
That's pretty
Magic.
thin.
don't ask.
China is a land of many miracles.
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
The Rock's demon from the Amazing Do movie.
I don't know that one either.
You're
Don't
gonna
know
have
that
to
one.
start
You're gonna have to give us some more.
No.
Okay.
Look
Smash
it
or
up.
wait? Can we do smash or pass like Disney characters, like Kronk?
No.
You would absolutely. Who would not smash Kronk?
He's a teddy bear.
He'd make some great food afterwards.
Exactly.
Who?
He'd take care of you.
Kronk.
Oh God, smash!
Right? Thank you.
Absolutely smash.
Yzma.
No, he's too dumb for
Pass.
me.
Pass.
Pass.
What? Who?
Yzma.
Oh. Smash.
Good for you.
Are you
That
okay?
tracks. That tracks.
Did you pass on Kronk and smash on Yzma?
I
You
support it.
concern me.
I support it.
I'm attracted to what's going on up here.
That dude.
What? Dude?
Not gonna lie, he's vascular.
What? Nah. No, I still prefer the Hellraiser demons.
He's vascular. What a great statement.
He do be vascular though.
That is hilarious.
No.
All right,
Jason
Jason
Voorhees.
Voorhees.
Pass.
He's been underwater
Smash.
too long, too many times.
Smash.
Mmm.
Smash, but
Jason.
underwater.
Okay.
Mm.
Ryan.
What happened?
Ryan said
Oh.
Kronk is a full-on smash, and I'm qualified to say this. I've had a three-way with Kronk and Cusco.
Okay, but like,
Jack.
was Cusco or was Cusco the llama?
No.
So Jack Sparrow, smash.
Ah, yeah, that's poison for Cusco.
Cusco's poison.
Poison designed specifically for Cusco.
Jack
Wait,
Sparrow.
hang on.
Oh.
Jack Sparrow?
It's a smash 10 times
Listen,
over.
I am a straight man, but Jack Sparrow is a beautiful specimen.
Wait. I got one. I got a fuck, marry, kill. Fuck, marry, kill. Jack Sparrow, Will Turner, and Elizabeth.
Oh,
yeah.
oh, no.
No, I'd marry Jack for the
Okay.
tax benefits.
No.
All right.
No.
I am fucking Jack,
Mm-hmm.
marrying Will,
Mm-hmm.
and killing. Oh, what's her name?
You're gonna be this.
Are you
super
serious?
evil-
You're a Knightley?
I'm killing her because I want to be her.
Gonna have
And
to
I'm gonna
mark.
take her spot.
I'm gonna have to mark this stream as explicit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One f bomb you can get away with.
No, we're fucked.
Well, yeah. Thanks.
Just it's almost safe harbor hours. We're fine.
What are safe harbor hours?
It's like the time like when you're listening to the radio and
No.
sometimes
I'm 24. I was born in the 1990s.
Even if I pull up to your place in the semi, like as in
I know that.
Let's go,
Like
Alien.
I know that
Like
you
a
were
Peter
there when the cholera outbreak happened,
Mhm.
but I don't know about the radio.
What are we talking about?
Snow was
Cholera?
around when we invented FM radio, and around that time we decided that like after a certain point in the night, it's assumed that like your kids are asleep and they're not listening, so that you can say more swear words than would
Sure.
typically be allowed.
Alien, I'll say this: if you pull up in the semi, and you can find parking, you are welcome to come hang out on the Lore Lounge. He's gonna be in Carlisle for a few months.
Oh, cool, dude. I just pull up just because I want to hang out in the semi. That's sick.
We'll take you out to PJ's.
Adam Brewer, yes.
Great.
100% yes.
don't think I knew Adam
100,000%
Brewer.
yes.
Yeah.
Stitch, no. Nani, absolutely.
I'd be concerned if
Ring.
anyone said no to Nani.
Ring.
True.
Yeah,
Immediate ring.
Nani's great. Oh. Haha. Got one. Fuck, marry, kill. Kim Possible, Ron Stoppable, and what's the green one's name?
All right, yeah. So Shiga, right?
Shiga,
Shigo?
that's it.
Shiga,
Oh my
Shiga,
God.
Shiga.
Fucking her.
So
Fucking her.
yes, Mary Kim, Killer Ron.
Yep.
Yep. So we're all in
Easy.
agreement on that
Yep.
one.
That's easy.
Easy.
I'd marry Shigo.
Really?
I'd swap Shigo and Kim.
Really?
You just want that goth girl, huh?
Yeah, he does.
I just feel like she'd probably be better at, like,
Uh-huh.
I feel like she'd be a better partner.
You think she would be a better partner?
She'd fuck you over in 3
Wait.
months.
No, but Kim will always put her work
This is-
first.
this-
That is still above
Kim
my
will
worst.
always put the work first. You'll always
No.
come second to
That's
saving
true.
the day.
But I feel
A
like
villain will put you first
Yeah,
every
but-
time.
But to be fair, like,
Exactly.
A villain.
If
you
I'm in
know,
a situation where, like, I'm gonna die,
yeah, a
Oh,
superhero
oh,
will
guys,
let
guys,
you
guys,
die
guys.
to save the world. A villain will kill everyone to save,
to save
you.
you. So
Guys.
I want that one.
smash or pass.
Davy Jones.
Davy Jones.
Smash. 100%.
Smash.
100% smash.
Smash.
100% smash.
Like-
Is you and the tentacles?
Y'all worry
Oh
me.
no, he's just
You
the
didn't
man.
have an anime phase.
No, I do not.
He
Also,
is literally the man.
we will accept Smash or Pass, Would You Rather, FMK.
We're just eating right now, honestly.
We're just vibing.
We vibing.
But
Please
if he
explain
can
your
organize his
own-
tentacles, what else can he do?
If you disagree,
For
if
me,
you
it's just the
agree,
personality.
tell us why.
He's the man.
Think of some cold grits.
Hex Girls and the Yellow Power Ranger.
Oh,
Dude.
smashing the head.
Tom Hardy was the second. No, oh my god, the Hex Girls? Oh.
Hex Girls were an awakening for all of us.
I do not remember the Hex Girls.
Scooby-Doo.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
No,
Mhm.
yeah. I thought there was like a show called the Hex
Nope.
Girls.
No,
Nope, Scooby-Doo.
No, the front woman of the Hex Girls.
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
Wait, yeah, Alien.
No.
Yep.
Who was the goth girl from Danny Phantom?
But also, I would smash Danny Phantom.
Yes.
Yes, the Hard Smash Danny Phantom.
Also, the we all know the
I mean,
one.
like, obviously not now, right?
We all
He's
know
a
the
high
one from
schooler, and I'm
Victorious.
like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, old,
Huh?
but
No.
given the age is legal,
If I was
Yeah.
in high school,
100%.
Yes.
Huh?
The girl from Victorious.
Jade from Victoria's.
Jade. Yes, please.
Honestly, everyone from Victoria.
You know what? Hot take.
Who
I'll
knows?
take.
Hot take. Mindy from Drake and Josh. Any day of the week.
Not a hot take at all.
Never watched
watched
it.
Drake and
Oh,
Josh.
Any day
other
of the
than
week.
I've seen
She's a
Drake's
bitch
face,
and I
I'm
love
just
it.
like, would smash that.
I like how Victoria Justice played two characters in the iCarly cinematic universe.
Whomst.
You know that lore well enough?
Mm-hmm.
Of course he does.
Great.
These are a lot of shows I like don't.
Oh, fuck, marry, kill. Freddie, Teddy, and Gibby. Wait, who's Teddy? No, Spencer. I meant Spencer.
Yeah, this is Teddy.
No, Freddie, Gibby, and Spencer. Fuck,
What
marry,
was the
kill.
one dude who
What?
said you'll rue the day a lot?
That
I don't know,
was.
but I am marrying Spencer because that will be a wild marriage,
Mhm.
and I'm down. Fucking Freddie, and then sorry, Gibby.
I was gonna say I'd switch. I'd
Yeah?
switch your Spencer and Freddie.
Gibby, the kid that says rue a lot in the first season, whose name I can't recall, but
Yeah.
you know who I'm talking
Yes,
about.
yes.
And the doorman that has the giant mole.
Oh, he's gone. Sorry, bud. Oh, no, but I hate... Oh. This is horrible. Well, I'm marrying Gibby for sure.
Ooh! Meg, Pegasus, and Hercules.
Oh, Meg, I am marrying. No question.
You put an animal in it? What is wrong with you?
Dude, Megara was like, oh, so that's the woman I want to marry. Like,
yeah.
literally 8 years old. I'm like, oh, that's the goal. That's
Oh, yeah.
what we're looking
That
for.
level of sass.
Yeah.
There it is again, that funny feeling.
Oh boy.
Bo Burnham's sock puppet, and Alex Jones.
I'm defiling that sock puppet.
Wait, you already haven't defiled a sock?
No.
Michelle Obama,
Where are we going there?
No.
Jada Smith.
Where are we going here?
Oh God.
Hang on,
Why
and
are we
Amber
gonna-
Heard.
Killing
Kill
it.
Amber.
She's done. Done there. I really was hoping you were going to say Michelle Obama's biceps.
Well, I mean,
They do be kicking.
They do
for you
this
and I, we
stuff.
do have to consider that Michelle Obama is in fact a man.
No comment on that one.
Oh my God.
Dig your own grave.
Oh my God.
It was a good meme while it lasted.
Was it?
It was a pretty funny meme.
Was it?
Oh, Neville. Neville's evil.
Neville!
Thank you, Douglas.
Smash or pass Ezio Auditore.
Whomst?
Oh, is that the Assassin's Creed dude? Oh, Smash.
Oh.
I don't know, but Edward Kenway can get it.
Who?
Edward Kenway, the guy from
Yeah.
Black Flag? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Actually, any of the leads from Assassin's Creed game can get it.
Yeah.
Drake, Josh, and Drake, parentheses, rapper.
Well, he's dead.
Oh yeah.
Wait.
Wait. No.
Are we talking in-universe Drake and Josh, or like the actors?
In universe.
Okay, that's a little better.
So Drake from Degrassi, Drake from Drake and Josh,
Okay.
and Josh.
Okay. I'm gonna fuck Drake, marry Josh, and I don't know the other Drake well enough. Oh, I got one. Fuck, marry, kill Sam, Dean, and Cass.
Oh
Oh no! The
That is a
essential
good one.
question.
Yep.
The quintessential question.
This is
gonna be the last one, right?
got
Because
this.
my mom does watch
Yeah,
this.
this is
Fair
where
enough.
the kids become adults.
All right. I'm marrying Dean.
Valid.
So you're preparing yourself for just like a bad time.
I've already done it. 2, I am.
No women on Supernatural survive. It doesn't matter who you're with.
I am.
No, it's
all
not even
get
that.
tragic
It's
endings.
just the fact that he's like Sam is. He's not doing okay, but he's managing. Dean, on the other hand, is not doing okay.
None
and
of
he's
them are
learning
doing
to
personally,
okay.
I
All
think
of these
Dean-
men need
He's just
therapy.
like the-
I mean, yeah.
Personally,
I love Dean. You know how much I love Dean.
I
would never
identify
marry
with
the
Dean,
guy.
and I think he's doing great.
No, he's not. I identify with Dean, and I'm fully aware he's not doing great.
But no, I feel like
identify
with
as
Dean,
Dean.
you would get through a hard time and then appreciate the journey. Probably fucking Sam, because that'd be just a very sweet time. And bye, Cass. Sorry.
What? You're gonna
He's
kill Cassio?
He's not my type.
The Xenomorph, the Predator, and Amber Heard.
I'm still killing Amber.
I'm
Heard.
still killing
Still
Amber
killing
Heard.
Amber Heard.
Oh, wait, no. Ready? I'm fucking the Predator, I'm marrying the Xenomorph, and I'm asking the Xenomorph to kill Amber Heard.
Yes.
I think
Strategic.
I'd probably marry the Predator
Understandable.
and absolutely kill Amber Heard.
Sorry, someone clip that? Because that was funny.
Supernatural is just
The
mid
magic
Doctor
in our
Who.
hearts.
I said what I said. Thank you, History Daddy.
No, Supernatural is not mid Doctor Who. Doctor Who is mid.
No, it's not.
You-
It's like the longest
you
running
just
television
started-
series ever.
Okay, my
Ever,
father
ever.
and I bonded over
you just
Doctor
started a
Who.
war.
Doctor Who producers be like, what if we forgot everything we've learned about lighting in the past 100 years?
What, for one season?
I mean, yeah, but Supernatural did that in the last 5 seasons.
Supernatural wasn't on for 50 years.
Okay,
yeah,
but also
I never
Doctor
wa-
Who be like, what if we made
Okay.
humor so incomprehensibly British?
I never watched it, so I have no comment other than the
Okay,
fact that
but-
was funny as shit.
David Tennant is
It's
the
so
best
good.
Doctor. Like,
Yeah, of the newer Doctors,
Like,
of
David
the
Tennant.
new guard, David Tennant is the best.
Like-
yes. Just
What-
like, yes.
Yes.
So, what's the best show? Not your favorite. What is the best show of the 3? Doctor Who, Supernatural, or Sherlock?
Ooh. I'm gonna go with Doctor Who.
Also, G-Medic, thank you
Classic.
for subscribing.
Classic. Good storylines, good
I'm gonna-
storytelling,
I'm gonna say Doctor Who.
fun.
too.
Just like fun.
All right,
What?
I've never seen Doctor Who, but I have to. And I'm open to being wrong. But the cinematic quality and the storytelling capability of Sherlock.
Was
See, here's the
amazing.
thing.
Like, I'm not saying
Sherlock
favorite,
does
I'm
have
saying
the
the
Here's the
best.
thing,
higher
the cinematic quality,
Yes.
the cinematic quality
By
of Doctor
far.
Who is 2004 YouTube.
You
I
can
haven't
shut
watched.
your face hole.
Am I wrong?
But they also have the
She
ability.
didn't say
It's
I'm
about
wrong.
the story.
Yeah,
it's
like-
about the
Yeah,
story.
no,
And
but
they
like-
have the
And it's a
ability to
good
create
story.
terrifying monsters that have never existed before, like the Weeping
Overall,
Angels and the Silence.
Yes.
Like,
Weeping. Oh, come on.
you can't get better than that.
You don't get better than that.
They're-
Everyone's like Sherlock.
yeah.
They're
We
saying-
get it. We get it.
they're
They had a
saying
lot
Matt
of
Smith-
money.
I
They
still-
had really good cameras.
And I still
and they
love
had a
Sherlock.
lot of people. No, we love Sherlock.
But Doctor Who's better.
It,
I don't
it
know
just
how-
as a show overall.
You and I managed to avoid the Super Hulock thing.
Yeah.
Hey, we talked about this the other day.
We've come full circle. Because did we not start this like with like RAR?
We did!
And now we're back to Super Hulock. Like
We started with Rock.
we really did. Raropolis.
I leave you two alone
I don't know why.
for an hour.
I don't know why,
Nice.
but History Guy said FMK, and I thought JFK. Which leads me to ask this question. JFK,
Uh-huh.
Abraham Lincoln,
Yeah.
and William McKinley.
Who the fuck is
Ooh.
William McKinley?
He was president for like 2 weeks.
All right, so
So killing him.
Kill McKinley, marry Lincoln, fuck JFK, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only logical.
Reagan
Yeah.
with Alzheimer's.
Okay.
Teddy Roosevelt immediately after he was shot.
Okay.
And giving the speech?
Yes.
Nice.
And King George III.
Ooh.
Didn't he have like
Ooh.
diseases?
Probably.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We're killing King George.
No.
As Americans, we are killing King George.
Wait, I have one.
No.
Rockefeller with the syphilis.
I want
No.
to answer the.
We
I want to
saw
answer the
what
first one.
syphilis
I'm
did
going
today.
to. I'm going to
So
marry
bad.
the king.
It's so bad.
Primary
I'm going to marry
syphilis,
the king 'cause
secondary
I wanna be
syphilis, or
queen.
tertiary syphilis.
Marry the king.
Oh, you want to be queen.
I want to be queen.
And
All
then
right,
you're going to kill the
Cleopatra
king.
over there.
What?
And then you kill the king.
Exactly. And then
Cleopatra.
fuck Teddy and kill Reagan.
Cleopatra, Julius Caesar, and Mark Antony.
You need to
Okay,
stop
well,
burping.
I'm marrying Mark Antony, that's for sure.
Okay, I saw a great video the other day that was Cleopatra after Caesar died. Oh, hi, Mark.
Wonderful.
I mean, accurate.
Oh my god.
And then they proceeded to fight everyone.
Love to see it.
I'm either going to
Oh,
fight God or become him.
Matt Smith, David Tennant, or Peter Capaldi.
Oh god.
Alright, I'm sorry. Capaldi is dying.
Shapiro, Ethan Klein, and Keemstar. That is incredible. Aiden, that's for you.
So I'm gonna marry Shapiro because he's got money.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
Yep.
never win an argument, but
That would
Money.
be actually torturous for you. You always have to be right.
now hypothetically, I would marry Ben Shapiro. Ethan Klein, the host of the H33 Practice. Former friends with Trisha Paytas.
Who?
Trisha Paytas. That's why I'm killing Ethan Klein.
No,
Is for even ever associating with Trisha Paytas.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know these people.
All I know is that,
Everything about her is bad.
that was so specific. Thank you.
Oh. No.
You know, I can see where you're coming from.
During
with
the
that.
act!
Oh
What
no!
an amazing comment!
Oh no!
You know, The Act was a pretty
no.
decent TV show.
Oh.
What?
The Act was a pretty
Listen,
good TV
I
show.
told you.
Oh. That's it for me, folks.
I told you it comes out more.
I'm gonna hit during the act. That's an incredible phrase. I'm all about it.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Sometimes I like to have anonymous sex, and I do it using NordVPN. With NordVPN, you too can
Alright.
have relations untracked by IP servers and the government.
Well,
FMK Vampire Werewolf Wendigo.
Okay, I'm fucking a vampire.
Obviously.
'Cause that'd be really hot.
And then marrying a werewolf.
Because it'd be like a puppy unless it was the full moon.
That's
like,
true.
it's a
Like
fun
a
teddy bear.
werewolf
You're
you
telling me
only
you
have
guys
to deal
aren't going
with.
for that
oh,
Windowsy?
Aiden, I have
The
your
werewolf
G-string.
you only have to put up
Can you
with
please put my
one day out
G-string
of the
on?
month.
I'm going to.
Please put my G-string on.
I'm gonna put it
Thank
on
you.
once we're done with this, yeah.
Not that kind of G-string, guys.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, we're talking about guitar.
We are pure innocent children of God.
Stop.
Parthenax, Molag Bal, and Dagoth Ur.
I don't know any of those
Nope.
words.
Nope.
No idea.
None of those words are
Marrying
in the
Parthenax,
Bible.
he did not deserve his fate.
Wendigos can offer nutrition as well?
What?
How?
They're
What?
emaciated corpses, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
I saw enough of them today.
Oh
Am I wrong?
no. We did see
At
a lot
this
of corpses
juncture-
today.
Oh.
It should probably explain.
I was eating.
We saw
We took a trip.
to the Great Mooter Museum. I dragged the three of them along with me because I really wanted to go, but didn't want to go alone.
Alone.
And it is a museum of medical history, and they have a lot of medical oddities. So we saw a lot of human specimens today. And sorry if I made you uncomfortable, but I really wanted to go.
You're fine.
Yeah, it was very educational.
Yeah, my turn with that is I'm taking you guys to trains.
Let's
And
go
you're gonna
trains.
deal with it.
Can we do the ghost train?
Ghost train.
Ghost train.
You don't know about the ghost train?
What ghost train?
I'm pretty sure it's out of Allentown, but there's a train, like old train line you can take here in Pennsylvania that has a ghost story to it. Ghost
Oh, I
train.
was just gonna do the New Hope steam engine because that's like core memory for me because
Absolutely.
my family used to take me there as a kid.
Especially if I move there.
I like the
Also, apparently one of the most haunted
New Hope
houses,
is where.
yes,
Yeah.
and one of the
Yes.
most haunted houses is in New Hope.
yes, yeah. Also, just like you know how I really like the Wub Wub.
Yeah.
It all started with the Chugga Chugga. That's
direct through line.
yeah. I just like machines that make fun sounds.
No, you just like to go.
Yeah. I really like modes of transportation. I'm not really sure why.
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
And boats.
You do like boats.
I like everything that moves. It's fun.
You just don't like being.
Do you like ISIS? Because ISIS moves.
Oh, excuse me.
Huh?
It's ISIL?
Now, let me be clear. The Islamic State of Iraq and Levant
Is not legitimate.
now I'm going to drone strike American citizens without consent.
Oh, well, yeah, you never fail to do that. Oh.
It's simple. Every president is a war criminal.
Alright, you have to answer this.
What? Yeah.
FMK, planes, trains, and automobiles.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Shit, that's tough.
While you decide that, History Daddy says Alexander the Great, Napoleon, and Oliver Cromwell. Off the bat, kill Oliver Cromwell.
Yeah.
I'd probably go with. I'd have a night of incredible passion with Napoleon.
I'm killing.
But I would also like to be
I'm
a
killing
great...
I'm killing planes, fucking trains, and marrying automobiles because I love driving too much.
That was
Okay,
a
have you seen
that
the
was a
episode of My
Duke
Train to
Nukem
Victory
quote if
where
I've
the guy
ever
has
heard
sex in
one.
his car?
I've heard of it, and I've
I'm
never
killing
seen it in my life.
planes on fucking trains.
My life's goals.
New sticker idea.
Oh
Yes.
my god. Can you have
Sorry, give us
content
some
on
would you
shirts?
rather's.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We can do some would you rather's. I think it's good.
Yeah. I might need more drink though.
You're welcome to go make
Get
one.
more drink.
Get some marks. Pour
Yeah.
pour us all mark.
It's
All right.
marks.
There's marks.
Marks?
There's marks.
Thereres marks. Do
Would you rather only
want
be
a
able to
mark,
have
or
one
do you want
type of
another
food
one?
for the rest of your life?
I
And
would
like,
go with a mark.
You go for a mark?
I'll go for a mark.
would you
I'll
rather
partake.
only be able to have one specific type of food for the rest of your life, or never be able to eat the same meal again?
Never be able to
Never
eat
be able
the
to
same
eat the same meal again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can make some smaller alterations, and you also get to try all sorts of
And
food.
you get to try more things. Exactly.
It's just like that one, like you can never.
Those,
but here's
those
the thing.
pierogies.
But
Those
it-
pierogies from
Stalin and
last
Mao.
night. Oh.
Oh,
No.
You save the most lives if you kill Mao.
yeah. You're saying I can fix him.
I would marry Stalin for the mustache, I guess.
So you're a mustache gal. Good to know. I would not have seen that coming. I see that coming about as much as you. Who the fuck did you kill earlier?
Would you rather have the Queen as your ruler or Trump as president? That's not even hard.
Do not answer that.
It's not hard, but like I feel like we have wildly different answers.
Yeah.
We're not going to say them on air. Would you rather be hunted by a Wendigo or a fleshy boy for a week? What is the difference?
One's more of an umbrella term. The other one's just like.
Yeah, do you mean a Wendigo versus a Skinwalker? I assume that's what he means, in which case, Skinwalker.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference?
I guess because yeah,
Wendigos have more natural weapons. Skinwalkers are more psychological.
Oh yeah, I do
They'll
not
still
want to
kill
be
you.
hunted on the astral plane.
But exactly, no,
Would you
I would
rather eat a scorpion and get invisibility, or would you rather become a Wendigo?
eat a scorpion and get what?
That's an all bonus and
How
all
would-
negative.
How
Would you
how
rather
would get
only have
invisibility
single
from a
ply
scorpion?
toilet paper or only be able to use bidets? I'll take the bidet, I think.
Why? You can fold single ply.
It's just always so scratchy.
Yeah, but I don't want to walk around with a wet ass.
I have a sensitive anus.
On the list of things I thought I'd ever hear you say, and then on the list of things I ever thought I'd hear you say on a live internet show.
This is.
Is there anything you think I wouldn't say on a live
Are you
internet
going
show?
No,
to
and
be
that's
able
the
to
problem.
post this?
What?
Are you going to be able to post this afterwards, or?
Oh,
are we
this
gonna
goes
have
live immediate. This
I
is
know.
available for video on demand. Immediately after we finish.
Yeah,
Are we going to have to go back and censor it though? Is my.
probably. It's more work I gotta do.
I want to like hear the
The
like
beeps.
the beeps. Yeah.
Yeah.
We should leave all the curse words in and bleep out random words.
Yes. Yes.
Would you rather read people's minds or be able to manipulate people's minds?
Read them.
Manipulate.
I was gonna say read because
I don't want to know people's thoughts.
no.
I don't want to manipulate people.
The problem with being able to manipulate people.
That's like gatekeep girl boss.
It is more
Shoot,
advantageous,
the girl
but then
boss
I
too
have
close
to
the sun,
wrestle.
bud.
I have to wrestle with the moral quandary of doing that, and it's like, am I doing it for the wrong reasons? Am I gonna like go down this rabbit hole of ethical
Are you still good on
dilemma?
drink?
Yeah, I've barely touched mine.
Cool. Then I will put yours in the fridge.
Thank you. I
I
look forward to it, though.
I'd manipulate Aiden.
No, you don't.
I know I would. If I
Oh.
could. Like,
I would.
I would manipulate.
I know
if
I
had
don't
the power to
now,
manipulate-
but
and
God,
I wouldn't,
would
I wouldn't
I?
do it for like.
just give me like 2 seconds.
I would just do it for funny reasons.
Like, what?
Like you'd be like talking all day about how like you can't wait to have a cheeseburger for dinner, and I'd make you order like a chicken sandwich.
A salad, an Impossible Burger.
You vile man.
You'd be like, I'm so excited, I'm gonna marry this girl, I'm gonna propose in exactly this way, and then I'd alter it in a very slight way. Like if you're like, I'm gonna propose under the northern lights, I would be like, yeah.
I feel attacked.
That's not a bad place to do
Wait.
that.
I'd be like, yeah, you're gonna do it under the northern lights, but it's gonna be some weird situation where the northern lights appear over Akron.
Yeah, but like it's always
No, but
gotta,
it's cloudy.
but it's got to be relevant to something. Yes, it's got to be relevant to something they like though, like something that's special to them. That's my take on it.
I feel attacked.
Ted Cruz, Trump, or Jesse Ventura?
Oh, dude, I just want to spend 5 minutes with Jesse Ventura to just listen to him ramble, because that sounds hilarious.
Ooh. Would you rather gain super strength by eating 1 pound of varied live insects once a week, or super speed by staying completely motionless
That's a lot
for
of
10
insects.
hours a week?
It's a lot of
That's
insects.
a lot of
I can go
insects.
into a catatonic state.
I can also
if
go into a
needed.
catatonic state.
I would prefer to go with the catatonic state.
Especially because I am not a speedy human and would appreciate being faster.
Ooh, but it would be cool to have like strength though. Like I would like to be strong.
Real
See,
quick.
I like being strong, but I like working for it.
Quick,
I don't like working for it. I just want to be strong.
quick
I wanna be strong
tangent
with
due to a
doing
question.
nothing. Yes.
Everybody answer. Have you heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
No.
Yes.
It's not a story the Jedi would tell you.
Oh, it's a freaking Star Wars reference. Of course it is.
Kat, what comes after the I don't like sand line?
I like you because you're soft or whatever.
No, that's not it. I want a version where Anthony says exactly
To
that.
be fair, on par with the quality of the
That's
dialogue.
cool. Like, I don't like
You
sand.
will try.
It's coarse and rough.
Not
It
like
gets
you.
everywhere.
If you're
Not
not with
like
me,
you.
Not like you.
then you're
You're
my
I like
enemy.
you because you're
Just
soft or whatever.
Oh my god, I know.
Not like you. You're soft,
To be
and
fair,
you
we were
also
working
get
with a
everywhere.
director that simply just said
Just
faster
kidding.
and more intense
You
in
get
a room that was
nowhere.
just green.
Would you rather
Yeah,
like
so it's
British
hard.
comedy is
Yeah.
better or admit that it's pronounced
Also, don't we have to edit
aluminium?
out the whoosh noises
I-
when they're fighting?
Yeah,
British?
and that makes me so happy.
I will say,
I love
I-
aluminium, by the way.
I do think British comedy
Oh,
can be
he's such a
superior.
pure soul.
I don't
Hello?
like
Hello.
American
It's so deadpan.
comedy to like start with.
I prefer American
So, like-
stand-up, but I prefer British TV comedy.
Yeah.
I think
if
British stand-up
Maul
comedians have very
is in
painful
Kenobi,
accents.
I'm gonna lose. Like if Ray Park is back, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Yes.
Kat, you're barred from the culture sector,
Oh
Bessie.
no! I'm sorry, I haven't watched all of the wars and all of the stars. You know what I mean? Like,
The wars in our stars.
You have seen various
there,
treks
hello
in the
there.
stars, though.
I have seen some treks of the stars. Yeah,
Just not the wars.
just not the wars.
You're more of a peaceful kind of.
I am.
Yeah,
I'm
you're-
peaceful and scientific, and that's
Non-chaotic
That's what it's
environment.
She's not
I
into
know,
the blue milk.
isn't
She's
it?
into the Earl Grey tea hot shit. Star Wars
tea,
reference.
Earl Grey, hot.
Star Trek reference.
I actually have not watched Star Trek, so.
That's good. Next
See,
generation's fun.
you can't all be giving me shit for not watching Star Wars. When you haven't even seen the treks.
Yeah, Wars Trek.
And then my father has named his pets after Battlestar Galactica.
Okay,
characters.
that's
Battle
a whole
Trek
nother
Galactic
level of nerd.
Gallica?
That man is playing
I
Galaga.
love Galaga.
That's fun.
Wargate Trek Star.
We're eating Trickstar!
Oh, Blackadder's
I tried
good.
watching
If you like
Stargate,
Blackadder,
and
if
it's
you
not...
haven't
I-
watched a bit of Fry and
It's
Laurie,
Okay,
do it.
really
You need to
show.
start.
Hugh
If
Lauren's
you're gonna
things
watch
are
Stargate,
hilarious.
you need to start with the movie.
I did try to start with the movie.
What movie?
It takes a long time.
Stargate.
Stargate.
The movie Stargate
haven't seen it,
is
but-
pretty good. It's campy, but it's good.
It's very campy.
But the TV show Stargate,
You need to watch the movie.
if you start it without watching the movie, you're like, what is going on here?
Hi, honey. How was Fargo? Sorry.
Star Wars is better than Star Trek. I do
What?
agree. I
That's
do prefer
terrible.
Star Wars.
I wasn't going for accuracy. The thought came to mind.
Yeah, honey, how's Fargo?
Would you rather live in the Star Wars
Would you rather
universe or Star-
understand?
It depends
Star
who I
Trek
am.
universe.
If
oh my
I'm-
god.
If I'm in Star Wars but I'm not a Jedi, I might as well just like jump into a sun. But Star Trek seems pretty cool no matter what level you are, unless you're wearing a red shirt.
Can I voice an unpopular opinion?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
No.
I enjoyed Solo.
I never saw
I
it.
also enjoy Solo.
I thought Solo was a good movie.
She's
Never
a good
watched
dog.
I thought Solo was.
You'll
Here's the
have it.
thing. I think Solo was a good movie as a movie. Like just
I just didn't watch it.
you'll have to. As a Star Wars movie, it's okay. But as a movie, outside the Star Wars, like ignore the Star Wars aspect. It's just a good movie.
Of all
History Daddy. You put
Solo's a
Star
good
Wars
dog.
over
of
Star Trek.
all of the sci-fi like
My heart. It's
things
broken.
I could live in, it'd probably be Hot Take Blade Runner.
Fair enough.
Also haven't seen that.
Oh, we gotta
Fair
fix that.
enough.
We gotta fix that.
But do androids dream of electric sheep?
That's a good question.
The title of the book Blade Runner is based off of.
That's what
It's the title of the book Blade Runner is based off
makes
of.
sense. I've seen things.
Fry and What Now? Fry and What Now would be a
Yes.
great program. It's just Stephen Fry and you present him
Oh,
with things
yeah.
he doesn't understand.
It's called A Bit of Fry and Laurie. It's like Blackadder, and I think Hugh Laurie was on Blackadder for a period of time. It was a little bit after that, and it's just kind of like a sketch comedy show with the two of them. It's just really funny. I love Hugh Laurie from House. It's really interesting because like you see where his wit comes from because he's really funny in it,
Mhm.
and then Stephen Fry is just great too. His delivery's fantastic. You can find a bunch of clips from it on YouTube. It's good. Jesus.
Someone brought up Firefly.
Firefly! Yes!
Another one I haven't seen.
Elon
Oh,
Musk
Yeah,
could bribe.
also- I haven't
we're
seen
gonna have
Firefly.
to fix that.
that's fair. Well, have you seen Castle?
I
No.
watched a few episodes of it when it first
Okay.
started coming out.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm old.
I watched
but-
it. I watched the whole thing when it was on TV.
Yes. Firefly.
Great show.
Yes.
Kate Beckett,
Freddie.
another great example of like a Megara.
Oops.
Kate
What?
Beckett, the female detective from Castle.
The Awakening.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Just
Yourself but
sarcastic
gender
nuts.
bent.
Basically, yeah.
Yourself a year ago, and yourself a year from now.
Oh, that's easy.
What is it?
I would kill myself a year ago.
That just sounds so bad.
Cause no, not going there. Probably fuck myself genderbread and marry myself a year from now because I hope I will grow enough.
Oh,
Well, I
that's
mean, you're-
nice.
you're
I like
22,
that.
you're
That
probably
is a
done
wholesome
growing.
answer.
Huh?
That is
You're
a wholesome
22.
answer.
You're probably done growing.
You don't know.
You're also done growing.
I've been done growing since middle school.
The sweet corgi baby.
Yes, with my little stumpers and thick behind.
Okay, yeah.
Yours are natural sprinters.
Officially, you are a corgi.
I am.
Well, hi, Archie. What you doing down there?
Are you a corgi?
I'm physically a corgi with the brain of a Saint Bernard, apparently.
Archie is physically an American Eskimo with the brain of a being that does not
Wanna?
have a brain.
Do you want to?
He doesn't know what he wants.
Do you want food?
He wants love and attention and
I
affection.
have somebody
Oh, he's
did
mean.
somebody did use an app to gender bend me, and I gotta say, I'm a good looking woman.
Okay.
Can we see it?
So you
Can we
joked.
see it?
Yeah, I
I'll
want to see
find
it.
I want to
You
see
joked that I was too butch back in high school, and I fully just leaned into it. So the male version of me wouldn't be so bad.
I respect that.
Would you rather only watch the final season of Game of Thrones forever, or exclusively eat whale phlegm with Charles I forever?
You make a.
You know,
tough,
the last
weird-
season of Game of Thrones had some
That's a
redeeming
tough
moments.
Okay, so I think standalone, if
One
you
or
didn't know
2
the rest of
seconds of
Game
it.
of Thrones, it wouldn't be so bad. But because the first season was so amazing, the last season was just like, but why?
I just think it's so funny that they rushed the end of it because they were going to make their Star Wars movies and then they got canceled because the ending sucked of Game of Thrones.
So here's my theory: is they needed to wait for the book to come out because the book is always better, and if they based it on a book, it would have been fine.
Oh.
But because they rushed it, they didn't.
I'm sorry. I thought you knew how Hollywood works.
I work in theater. No.
Money.
Nope.
Trust me.
Money.
The money.
The money.
Yeah, no, there's no way that Hollywood would ever
George,
wait for
our boy
anything.
Jorge just
Ever.
could not get it together and pump out that last book. And the
What does Boy George have to do with this?
Boy George.
Yeah, she just mentioned Boy George.
Our boy George R.R. Martin.
Oh, I was thinking of the jungle.
Our Boy George or our Martin.
We're bringing Brendan Fraser back into this.
Oh God! Would you rather understand all of the languages but can't speak them, or only be able to talk by swearing but in all languages?
I'd rather understand.
I'd rather
Yeah.
understand.
Understand and not speak.
Because at the very least, you could then type in to Google and still communicate.
I got one.
And you could write it in English.
And
Can
you
you
could write it in
wait?
English.
Where does American Sign Language fall in this? If you can't speak it, can you like still sign?
Well, I
Fly?
guess that you can read signs, but also,
What?
I mean, most
Fly or
deaf people can
teleport?
read.
Teleport.
Fly.
Has
No,
anyone
I'm
seen
saying, like,
Hannibal,
would
the
you- would
TV
you be
series?
able to-
Yes.
Also, I
Yeah,
really want
great
to know
show.
sign language.
Great show.
Like,
Would you rather
really
live in the
badly.
back
Yeah.
rooms or
It's
work
fun.
as D-class
'Cause
personnel for
there
the
are
SCP
situations in my
Foundation?
professional career where I can't
Those are
talk
both
because it's
really
either too
bad.
loud or I need
Yeah.
to be silent, so I need to.
At
You
least
should learn sign
At
language.
least if I'm
should.
working for that, I can like theoretically go home to not a back room.
No, D-class personnel are disposable.
Well.
I would still take D-class because at least there's some adventure. Back rooms, you're just running from
Everything.
something.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Hello.
I shouldn't say that.
Has anyone seen Hannibal? I have not
I'm sorry,
kept
what?
up to date with
This is
it. It
news,
is
'cause I've
really
seen the
good
show.
though. I think I watched the first
So
season.
you know the cello figure?
What cello
I
figure?
think.
Whom's?
Oh, you just activated her like instinct. with
So
your
I have
cello.
not seen Hannibal, but I may or may not have worked on it.
What?
So there are certain figures that a certain company that I might have worked for.
Oh, the cello. Yes, that was so messed up. That was so incredibly, but like also
I don't
gorgeous,
recall what
but also like
happened.
a beautiful.
I think that was season 3, and I kind of get.
No, but there's no way it was
I
season
fell
3. It had to have been
There is
earlier.
a corpse with a cello inside it.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
I made dead bodies.
That is so
That's terrible.
cool. You made the cello corpse?
No.
Oh my god.
You just became her idol.
I'm so excited right now. We were already friends going into this, but this is so much fun.
Backrooms video. Well, the thing about the backrooms is that it's like, it's such a new thing
Yeah.
that there's not really like lore to it. I mean, there is, but like,
Is there?
yeah, but
These people are kind of.
there's no like definitive lore to it.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to read that word you typed.
That's how I feel every single time you say goodbye.
You're so
The
close. All you have to do is swap the L and the K.
Glabekli Tepi.
Gebekli Tepi.
Say
go.
Go.
Beck.
Beck.
Lee.
Lee.
Tepi.
Tepi.
Now put it all together.
Yeah, but that's snappy.
It's like je
Go back.
m'appelle. Je m'appelle.
Jim
Go
Apple. Jim Apple.
Jim Apple.
Jim Apple?
Jim Appel Crossing.
What are you doing over there?
I was taking off my sweatshirt because it was getting warm, and then Archie came over. and
Aidan
wanted
stripping in
love,
the corner.
Yeah.
Mm.
Y'all are missing a show.
Would you rather
Get
be
your
in
ones
SCP-087-B, the Endless Staircase,
was
or Level
smooth.
3 of the Backrooms? The Endless Staircase one I've read, and it's pretty terrifying. I was not a fan. That sounds awful.
Alright. We've been going for about 2 hours.
Yes.
Yeah, it's time.
I was about to say
I
the
was
same.
also getting uncomfortable on this chair, so that was hard.
It's
Alright.
been lovely, folks.
Thank you
Thank
all
you
so
for
much
joining
for
us.
hanging.
I know.
This has been the Lore Lounge.
We have indeed lounged.
We have
We have
lounged, we've lored,
lounged.
We have.
and we will see you on the next one.